Alright guys, today we're going to do a short video on 2008 Chrysler Pacifica 4 liter. We're going to be changing out the rear hub bearings. It'll be just a short tutorial on bolt sizes and stuff like that. I wasn't going to do a video, but when I looked online, they had Chrysler 300s and Chrysler Town & Countries on there, but they didn't have a Chrysler Pacifica. So I got these from Rock Auto. These are nice because, as you see, they come with the speed sensor already on them, so you don't have to buy that separately. I want to say they were $65, maybe give or take a few. But first, obviously, you're going to take off the tire. You're going to take off the rotor. You'll take off the bracket for the brake system. Make sure you tie that up so you're not putting pressure on the line, so the lines don't break on you. It's a really irritating job. It's nice because it goes straight through, so you don't need a big nut on there and a socket, so you have to break all that. So you don't need any huge power tools or anything like that. So the first thing after you take off your, I believe it's an 18 millimeter for the bracket that holds on the brake, and then it's a 13 millimeter to take off the bracket, to take off the brake from the bracket is a 13 millimeter. In the back for the bolts, as you can see, I've already got it off because if I were to make another video, it would be a half hour of me just beating the crap out of this thing. So there's 4 bolts. There's 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom. I will get the sockets. On the back of that, it's a Torx. I went to Home Depot. If it'll focus. It's an E12. It's a Torx head E12. I think I paid $24 for the set here, and it, not too bad. So it's Torx. You don't need an extension, and they're not too bad to break loose. They come out a little bit, as you see here. That's what's showing on the top, so they're not too bad. A decent extended head ratchet, and you should be good. So you can go ahead and you can cut away the speed sensor line because it doesn't matter since you got a new one. Basically what I did, I got a hammer drill or with a chisel option on it, and it didn't do anything. It just wasn't strong enough. So I took this one. I think I got it from Home Depot as well, $20 to $25, plus just a couple other random chisels. And I would say beat it for a good half hour. I tried to put some steel in the back here and put a rod through here and use a pulley and pull it out, but there's just no good backing in the back here for anything. So every time I did it, the metal would move and it would just go straight through. So I'd say at least a good 20 to 30 minutes of beating that out. Eventually it will fall. You're going to need to clean the surface area up as much as you can, especially in here. I've got a wheel wire brush plus a couple pads on there. But I mean, as you can see, it's got 70,000 miles on it and plus 12 years. So it didn't want to come out. So I've got a big hammer that I was beating as carefully as I can on the inside. Beat it back in, out, in, out, in, and then use the chisel to get in there as much as you can. Beat the top of it back in, and then go from the bottom and put the chisel into the bottom. And then eventually, if you hit the top, bottom, it'll work itself out. Eventually it does fall. It's going to take a while. I didn't have any videos or anything like that, so I figured I'd go ahead and post one on there. But that's basically it. You do have to take off the components for the emergency brake. With this vehicle being as old and the mileage, plus I live in Ohio, so we get a lot of salt from the snow and road crews and stuff like that. So when I was taking some of the pins, springs and stuff like that out, be extra careful. I ended up breaking the other side, and I broke a different one on this side, so I have to go out and get another one, take it all apart again, and put the emergency brake back on. But there's pins, there's these little pieces here, there you go, that fit into the back of the backing plate here. So make sure you don't lose those. If you can try to not take the emergency brake off, I would do that, but you might end up breaking it with the hammer or the chisel if you miss. So easy enough. Just take that stuff out. Take a couple of pictures, because emergency brakes aren't easy to deal with anyway. Let alone if anything's broken, you got to go buy a whole new one. So quick recap: you have a 18 millimeter to take off the bracket. From here, it's a 13 millimeter, which is going to go here. So here's the two, 13 and the 18 for the bracket for the brake, and the bracket for the that goes on here. You got what did I say? Or E12 Torx, and like I said, those will come off real nice. The only pain in the butt thing is going to be this here. So if you guys need anything else, just comment, and I'll try to get back with you. And let me know if this video helps at all. Thanks, guys.